Okay, so hey guys, so today I really wanted to do a get ready with me for work, and I really wanted to use some of the new Jaclyn Hill pieces from the Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration. I was super excited to dig into them and play with them today. This is like a first impression slash get ready with me. And I am filming this intro after I got ready, but I didn't have time to film the intro earlier. So far, I'm liking everything. I think everything is beautiful, but we're going to jump right into the get ready with me. I was super excited to play with everything from the collection today. Okay, so hey guys, so today I am super excited for this get ready with me because I received the Becca Jaclyn Hill stuff in the mail. I got the Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette and eyeshadow palette, so I'm super excited to use them, but I'm going to prime my face using the Smashbox Primer Water and the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. I hadn't used this primer in a while, so I wanted to use it in this get ready with me today. I'm recording this voiceover way later way after I recorded this get ready with me, but I've been testing out the face palette and the eye palette for quite some time now, but I had literally just received it in the mail before this get ready with me, so I knew I wanted to use them as soon as I got them. So yeah, I was super excited. So anyway, now we're going to be going in with our foundation, and we're going to be using the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation in the color Shell, and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10, and the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. Since I recorded this haul, I actually did run out of my Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Liquid Lightning. And also, I am running extremely low on my Cover FX Custom Cover Drops as well, and I wanted to go pick up a backup. And I actually found them on display on this in the Smith Haven Mall today, because they're actually changing the packaging because of the faulty packaging, because I have told you guys like a million times that I love the product, but it constantly gets jammed after only a few weeks of use, and it drives me crazy because, you know, the dropper stops working, and then you end up wasting so much product, or it doesn't really go on the way you want it to because you only want it to be like a couple of drops, and that's how it's supposed to be, but then the dropper stops working. So they finally woke up and decided to change the packaging for everyone, which is awesome. I hope that doesn't happen with the enhancer drops, which I just picked up recently. So now I'm just going to be blending it out with a damp beauty blender like I always do. I love this foundation to death. I was using it like crazy when I used it in this Get Ready With Me as well. I think I've used it in like 3 Get Ready With Me's already. I think I used the Giorgio Armani foundation in another one, but I do have 2 other Get Ready With Me's to post, but I really wanted to get this one up because these products had just come out like a couple weeks ago, so I really wanted to show you guys how they look. So I'm just going to be blending that out. It's been a long day, so I'm not trying to talk too much, and I'm like charging my computer right now because I accidentally left it off the charger. But anyway, just keep on pouncing that into the skin. I will tell you my thoughts of the eyeshadow palette and the face palette after I use them in this video. Now I'm going to be going in with my concealer. I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NW15, and I'm going to be using this Eco Tools concealer brush to apply it with. Down the bridge of the nose, around the nose, on the cupid's bow, on the on the chin, and on the forehead, because I usually always get breakouts on my forehead, so I like to conceal them, and this is such a great concealer because it is full coverage, but it's still very lightweight. And then I just also added the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose off camera, and then I am going to be blending it in with a damp beauty blender. I did just apply the MAC Prep and Prime off camera just to save some time because I was getting ready for work when I was getting ready. Sorry. How many times can I say getting ready too? Like, really? So now I'm just going to be pressing that into the skin where I applied it. La 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 la. It really is amazing how like tired you get doing these voiceovers sometimes, and I've only been talking for like 5 minutes, but they're hard. Anyway, now I'm going to be going in with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour base, extended eye base, and I'm going to be priming my eyes. Didn't really have to see me do that. And then I'm going to be setting it with the MAC Magnolia Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium, which is basically my Holy Grail powder. I love it so much, but you don't really need to see me do both eyes either, so I just jump right into my eyeshadow. So the first shade I'm going to take, obviously, is my Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream shade from my Manny MUA palette, and we're just going to be using a MAC crease brush to apply it. I don't know what was going on. I think I couldn't get the mirror open or something. But I'm just going to be swirling it in the product and then tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to work it back and forth in the crease. My skin looks hella glowy already. I just love the liquid illuminators. They really make your skin look amazing with foundation in the summertime. So just going to be buffing that back and forth in the crease. And then we are going to jump into the Becca Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. I'm so excited to use it. And those are the 5 shades. I was so excited when I received this damn package. So we're going to be going in with that first shade right there. It's like a blushy toned mauve shade, and it's called Cordial. And we're going to be buffing that into the crease with the same MAC brush. Now, I will say I really like the matte shadows in this palette. I thought they were really nice. They weren't really super pigmented. I mean, they were pigmented, but they weren't like super pigmented, and I really like that actually, because then you don't have to be as afraid to dip into the product as much. But I thought that the matte shades blended really nicely, so I'm just going to be working that back and forth. And then I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques brush, the taper crease brush, and then we're going to be going in with the darker like brown shade, which is called Cognac, and it's like a really nice warm toned matte brown shade, which is basically what Jaclyn Hill said that she really wanted in the palette, was the at least to have one matte brown warm shade, because you guys know how much she loves those and how much I love those too. So I'm just going to be working that back and forth in the crease just to give it a little bit more definition. So we're just going to be doing that. And I really liked this shade as well. I think the mattes were really, really great. And I love the packaging of the eyeshadow palette. I just don't know why there was so much controversy around it. I thought it was a pretty good product. I know some people got crappy palettes, but I think mine was a pretty good quality. So I have been enjoying it so far. It is a nice palette, but I don't think it's like absolutely amazing, but it's nice. Now I'm going to be going in with the outer corner shade. I'm going to be using the shade Bordeaux from the palette in the same Real Techniques eye brush, and I'm going to be working that on the outer corners. Now I thought this shade was also really pretty too. It's like a really nice like purpley eggplant kind of shade. It wasn't really too purple, so it could still work for like a neutral look like this. And the only thing about this brush is that it gets really dirty really easily, and I was going to pick up a color switch from Sephora, but I kept on forgetting, so I'm finally going to go pick up one like really, really soon. And I'm also running low on funds, so because I keep on shopping too much at Sephora, but yeah. Anyway, now I'm going to be going in with my lid shade, and I'm going to be taking the shade that Jaclyn Hill customized herself, and that is the shade Champagne Toast, and I'm going to be taking the Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to be popping that on my lid area. Now for this shade, I actually was the most disappointed in this shade. I thought it was very pretty when I first put it on, but I felt like I had to build up the color on the lid really like a lot. I didn't really think it was that intense when I put it on my lid. I don't know, maybe I have to use it a few more times, but after I've used it a couple times, I haven't really liked it, but I guess I thought it looked really good when I used it in the video. And now I'm just going to be wetting my brush to apply it and intensify it a little bit more with my MAC Fix Plus, just to build up the intensity, because you guys know I can't really live without a day without my MAC Fix Plus. So we're just going to be doing that. I can never see what I'm doing, and I pretty much went off camera, so it's not like you can see what I'm doing either, so that's great. So yeah, once we're finished with that, we're going to be going in with our brow bone highlight. Since the other palette doesn't really have one, we're going to be going in with Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean, my go-to brow bone highlight, with my Crown concealer brush, and we're just going to be popping that on the brow bone. I'm really trying to hit pan on this eyeshadow. It's kind of hard to hit pan on certain Makeup Geek eyeshadows because they're so pigmented that you don't really need a lot of them. Like, you don't really need too much on the brow bone in order for it to do its job. So far, it's I'm going to be making like a 6-month update video of like products I've been trying to hit pan on, and so far I've only hit pan on like 4 eyeshadows, but I think that's still pretty good. But yeah, I'm just going to be blending that out back and forth with my MAC brush, and then it looks like I applied my concealer off camera, and I used the MAC NW15 concealer and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose, and then I'm just going to be blending that and buffing that out with my Beauty Blender. And also it looks like I applied my eyeliner off camera as well, and I used the Stila Stale Day eyeliner in the shade brown, dark brown or whatever. So I'm just going to be buffing out the concealer. It's the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I just said MAC Concealer, so yeah. Just finished buffing that out, and then we're just going to be setting that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. What else do I ever use? Because I just think that this looks the best. Like, I did try the MAC Emphasize powder, and I tried like some other powder. I don't even remember what it was, and it just like didn't have the same effect as this. So I'm pretty much obsessed with this. Sorry, my friend texted me about something, but yeah, it's definitely my favorite, and I love applying it with this brush. So I'm just going to be buffing that out. I probably should try and use it with the Marc Jacobs duo that I'm holding, but I haven't done that just yet. So yeah, just going to be setting that. And I went off camera again. Why do I keep on doing that? Okay, so now I'm going to be lining the waterline with the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Honeydew. I basically have been using this pretty much every day for when I go to work. I just think it makes your eyes look so open when you put just like a nude liner on your lower lash line. I mean, Jaclyn Hill has been saying this for such a long time, and then I finally decided to pick up one and use it. I feel like I need to pick up a backup really soon because I'm probably going to run out of it really quickly. So yeah, just going to be applying that to the waterline. But it just looked really good. I highly recommend it for like day looks and like neutral looks and stuff like that. And I don't really typically wear like brown eyeliner or anything like that for work because I just think it looks like too much. You don't really need that much liner for work. So now I'm just going to be taking that cognac shade again, and we're going to be buffing that on the lower lash line, but of course you can't see what I'm doing because I'm holding the mirror directly in my face, and then I saw that I wasn't showing you what I was doing, so I moved it. I'm using the MAC like small brush that I have. I don't remember the number because the number has like worn off the side. And then we are going to be highlighting the inner corners with that shade on the first shade in the palette, which is called Chardonnay. And this shade is so beautiful. I actually like this shade a lot more than Champagne Toast. It's a lot more intense than Champagne Toast. Like, you really don't need to tap it too much, and it's so beautiful on the inner corners. I really did love that shade. I'm like, yes, bitch. Like, I really loved it. So it was really pretty. I need to try it on the lid soon. So now I'm going to be going in with my mascara, and I'm just going to be using the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I basically just have been switching off between this one, the Benefit Roller Lash, and the L'Oreal Carbon Black Voluminous Mascara and the YSL Baby Doll. But I think this one might be my favorite out of the 4. It is a really great mascara. So I'm just going to be applying that. And then we're going to be going in with the Lower Lash Mascara, and we're going to be using the MAC Sensitive Black Lash. I mean, what else do I use anyway? But I think I decided to set my face first because sometimes I kind of forget to do it when I already start contouring. So I'm just going to be setting it with the MAC Really Skin Finish Natural in the shade Medium with the Eco Tools powder brush, which is like one of my favorite brushes ever. I love it so much. It's such a great brush. Now I'm going to be going in with contouring, and I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter and the Bare Minerals Angled Brush, and I'm going to be contouring the cheekbones with the darker shade in the palette. You guys know that these are my favorite powders for contouring because it's freaking amazing, so I'm just going to be doing that on the cheekbones and jaw and like all over the rest of the face. I love how my voice just squeaked there. So once we're done with that, we're going to be like baking the highlight a little bit. So we're just going to be using the Real Techniques contouring brush, and we're going to be running that underneath the contour just to clean it up. I love doing this. It's such a great technique. It takes so much less time than baking. And then we're going to be using the contouring shade to contour the rest of the face. We're going to be doing the hairline and around the forehead. And then we're also going to be doing the jawline as well. But what's funny is that I think was one of the last days that I decided to contour, and then I've just been like bronzing up my skin, because then like after that I picked up a bronzer and I just love how it looks for the summertime, so I've just been bronzing lately. So now I can finally jump into the face palette. I like couldn't wait to be done with my other makeup just to jump into this freaking eye blush palette. I don't know if I used it the day before, but I don't think I did. So I'm going to be using the shade Amaretto, of course, because I wanted to use it so badly, and I was like, oh my god, it was so pigmented, but I was so excited to use this blush. And then, of course, as soon as I put it on, I was in love. As you can tell, I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. But I don't expect anything else with Becca blushes and highlights. They're just absolutely amazing. Becca blushes are some of my favorite blushes ever, and the highlights are my favorite favorite highlights ever of all time. So yeah, we're just going to be buffing it back and forth with my Eco Tools blush brush. I don't know what I did there, but I was like, I'm like, yeah, it's so pretty. So yeah, once we're done with that, then we can finally go to the fun part, and we're going to be highlighting. I'm going to be taking my original Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop, because I'm trying to use that more and hit pan on it. So I want to use my original Champagne Pop before I use it more in the actual face palette, because, you know, I don't need to be using both of them, because it's kind of like, you know, like a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to be using my original one for a while. I mean, ever since this video, I have been just using the face palette one a couple times, because I'm just like too lazy to pull out my other highlighter sometimes. But yeah, we're just going to be using that first, and then we're going to be also putting it on the tip of the nose, the cupid's bow, and the forehead, and on the above the brow. I think it was like I was running low on time, so I wanted to go as fast as possible. And now I'm going to be taking the thing I was most excited to use, and that is Prosecco Pop, and watch my reaction after I put it on. I was just like, holy shit. Wait, I don't think I could see it yet, but if you see that glow, I was like, oh my god. Like, it is so freaking beautiful. It's like my favorite highlighter combo ever. Literally, after I used it for the first time, I felt like I was beaming from space. I loved it so much. I was like, oh my god, it's gorgeous. And then, of course, I topped off everything with my Hourglass Ethereal Light Powder. I love it so much. It makes everything so beautiful and blended together. And I'm just going to be applying that with my Eco Tools powder brush, because it's like my favorite brush. I love it so much. And then we're going to be finishing off the look, obviously, with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, just to set everything in place. And it really helps your highlight, like, really just beam more. I just love setting sprays. They're just godsend. They're amazing. And then we're just going to be filling in the brows off camera with the Chanel Brow Pencil and the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So then I had a wardrobe change. I just changed for work, and I was like, oh my god, look at that highlight. Like, look at that. Isn't that insane? And my nose looks like Rudolph, but I really didn't care, because it was just like, it looked like a disco ball, but I didn't care. I think it looks so awesome. So now we're going to be going in with the lips, and we're going to be using the Bite Beauty Lip Primer like usual to prime the lips. And then we're going to be going in with the MAC Lip Liner, I believe in the shade Soar. Was it Soar or Dervish? I really can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was Dervish. It was one of the two. It's always one of the two. I am so obsessed with MAC lip liners. I basically don't use anything else. I really need to pick up more. So I'm just going to be lining the lips. But yeah, I've been absolutely obsessed with the face palette. After I used it in this video, I pretty much used the Amaretto blush for like 2 or 3 days straight. And the same thing with the highlights. I used them for like, I think I used Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop for like a week straight after this video, because I was so obsessed with them. It's literally my favorite highlighter combo ever. I just love Prosecco Pop. It's gorgeous. And I mix the two together because I'm really fair, and it's just the perfect combination when you mix them together, because that's what she suggested to do for like really fair skin. Because Prosecco Pop is more for like darker skin. And then I'm going to be filling in the lips with the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade Lovecraft. And I really love this lipstick. I love this lipstick a lot more than Noble. I think this one is so much prettier. It's such a gorgeous, like, cool tone pink mauve shade. I love it. And I thought it was so perfect for this look. It looks so pretty on the lips. And the formula for Kat Von D lipsticks are really amazing. This was only the second time I wore this lipstick, so I really wanted to show it some love again. It's so hard to rotate lipsticks. It just gets so overwhelming. So yeah. And then I decided to make it a little bit glossy. So I'm always so torn whether to add a gloss or not. But then I decided to add a gloss. And I went in with the NARS lip gloss in the shade Chelsea Girls. I've used this countless times already. I love it. And when I actually finished it off, I thought it looked really pretty. But it kind of looked really similar to MAC's Cream Cup. But it looks so pretty as an end result. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So this is the final look. I love the highlight and the blush and the eyes and then the lips. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. So pretty, right? I know. Bye.